What did I miss? Brian here, and I am sweating buckets like usual because it's extremely hot in Texas. Anyways, today we got another mod for the 4RUNNER, but this isn't going to be another engine mod or a mini mod to any part of the truck. Instead, this is actually a mod that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and that is, as I was saying, this is a mod that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and that is changing out this OEM radio head unit. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. It works great. It sounds great. However, it looks very old-fashioned. It's very basic and there's not much going on, and I really want to change it up. So I got a new radio for it, and it's right here right now. Here it is. This is an OEM Toyota radio that is made by Pioneer. This one is not aftermarket like those cheap ones you find at Walmart or at AutoZone. This one is OEM. This came from a 2015 Toyota Yaris, believe it or not. It has touchscreen, navigation. However, mine doesn't have the navigation software, but it does have that option. It has Bluetooth, auxiliary, which it already comes with auxiliary to begin with. And yeah, that's pretty much it. From what I understand, the people on the forums, they have these radios that came from the Scions. They said that the sound quality got more refined and it sounded a lot better. So I'm really looking forward to that. Surprisingly, you don't need a whole lot for this installation. In fact, for the wiring harnesses, all you need is a couple, and they're mainly just conversion harnesses. They came directly from Toyota, so they should not be very difficult to find at all. As for the rest of the stuff, these are antenna adapters. One thing I like about these connectors, as well as the ports on the radio, is that they are all completely different. They're not identical at all. And this is a good thing because you'll be able to tell which connector goes in what port. All I really need for tools is a 10mm socket and an 8mm socket. However, a Phillips screwdriver is optional, but for this one I actually need an 8mm socket. Since I'm going to be in here for a little while, I'm going to open the windows and I'm going to let some air in. system out. We're just gonna set it off to the side for now. After that, now we have to step out of the truck and unbolt some of the interior panels that lead to the radio bezel. Looking under this interior panel that's right below the steering wheel, there are two 10mm bolts that we have to unbolt. One on that side and one on this side. That. And then it's held on by a big harness that is connected to two buttons, which is the back window button. We're gonna go ahead and pull this button out. From there, we can completely remove the bezel, and I'm gonna move this to the trunk so that there's more space to work around here. I'm gonna remove the GoPro one last time. So if you look inside there, there are two more 10mm bolts that we have to pull out. Luckily, my deep socket barely completely remove the radio. And there we go, completely removed. And now I'm going to take this inside as well as the Pioneer radio to one, cool off because it's so hot outside, and two, I'm going to show you why I need the 8mm socket instead of the Phillips screwdriver. Now the reason why I need an 8mm socket is because all of these Phillips screws are stripped. And that's a clear indication that this has been tampered with. So there are two indications that this truck has been tampered with. One, I'm missing a 10mm bolt, and two, these screws are stripped. Now that side is pretty bad, and if we look on this side, yeah, just it's about just as bad, and there's one good screw there, but that's pretty much it. And if I feel like if I were to try to unscrew it, I may strip it myself, or I would be able to get it out, but I won't be able to unscrew the rest. So this is where I need an 8mm socket. If you look at it, you'll see that it fits on there just perfectly. Like, it's snug on there, there's no wobble whatsoever, and I can easily undo these screws. That applies to the Pioneer radio as well. As you can see, those are clean and unstripped on that side at least. Let's look on the other side. Oh yeah, these are pretty good as well. So now what I have to do is unbolt all of these screws and then move these mounting brackets over to this radio. That way this radio will be able to fit into the 4RUNNER, and then I'm just gonna move these brackets over to the OEM radio and store it away. Back in the driver's seat, we have the Pioneer radio with the OEM brackets on here, all ready to go. So now all we have to do is gather our harness adapters and antenna adapters and then bolt everything back together. Oh, and one other thing. Since all the plastics are out and exposed at the moment, I figured now would be a good time to clean all of them up before we reinstall it. It's been a week since I installed this new radio, and if you notice, I am wearing a hoodie, and that's because we had a cold front come in. Anyways, back onto the new radio. I have to say, this looks so much nicer. Before, it looked very basic. There's just the basic stuff like the buttons that save the radio channels, and then the volume, and then the tune scroll, and the seek track. Now, it looks a lot more modern, especially now since I have a touchscreen, Bluetooth. I would have had navigation, but unfortunately this doesn't have the software for it. But it looks much more modern, and I'm very happy with it. I've tested the sound quality on the FM radio, the Bluetooth setting, and the auxiliary setting. I didn't try the AM radio setting because I don't listen to AM radio, so I went ahead and skipped it, and I did the rest. And I noticed something. With the FM radio setting, on the screen there is this HD light, and it would be gray, and that indicates that it's not on. When it turns on, the sound completely changes. So it starts off very fuzzy and muffled. You could get the sound, but it doesn't sound very clear. And when the HD light turns on, the bass, the mid, and the treble completely turn up. Like, it sounds so much better. On the touchscreen, there's this button that says HD radio, and there's a blue bar next to it. When the blue bar is on, that turns on the HD sound, and when it's gray, it turns it off. Now, I would have filmed a certain song playing on the radio, but unfortunately I could risk getting a copyright claim, so I filmed a radio commercial or ad to show that the HD radio setting actually works.
Men are getting soft. We have less testosterone than our fathers, and even less than our grandfathers. We owe it to them and ourselves to fight back. With Alpha King from Force Factor, it's never...
I can play it on my phone just fine with the Bluetooth setting, and it sounds great. I can control it on my iPhone, and I also noticed this. I can control it on the touchscreen as well. So if I need to pause it, I can hit the pause button and it will stop it. And I can hit play and it'll keep on going. There is one downside. I can't talk on the phone with it because I don't have a microphone. Auxiliary works, obviously. I'm not going to test it because this truck already came with auxiliary to begin with. And there are two really cool things I noticed. One, on the touchscreen, that's where I changed the sound quality on the treble, mid, bass. All the way to the left is the lowest quality, and all the way to the right is the highest quality. And to the right of it, I can control where the sound output goes, such as all the way in the front, all the way in the back, or in the middle, which is my current setting. Now, I don't understand why you would have the sound coming out of one side, but it's the little things like that that makes it really cool. And second, so this truck came with steering wheel controls, which is very convenient. I really like it. And when I changed the radio, I was very skeptical that it would take it away, but surprisingly it didn't. So I can change the audio source, such as FM, Bluetooth, auxiliary, all of that, or I can change the volume with the steering wheel controls. I'm surprised that I'm still keeping it because I'm changing to a more modern radio, which required extra stuff, and I was afraid that it would take it away. So that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you're subscribed, thanks. If you're not, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Take care, everyone. I will catch you on the flip side.